آمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين ولله على الناس حج البيت من استطاع إليه السبيل فمن كفر فإن الله غني عن العالمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. صلوات. اللهم صل على Alhamdulillah, with the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are ready to take off for the Umrah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us and give strength and tawfiq to perform our Umrah the way it should be. So inshallah, we can receive all the ni'mat and rahmat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm sorry because of some time changes. 1 hour we're going to have a less sleep only Sunday, but from tomorrow inshallah we're going to have a good habit and we're going to change. But anyhow, I'm sorry for that, and also I have to take care of some Sunday school. So today inshallah we're going to have some discussion about the Umrah trip, and also before Umrah what we should do during the journey, and also some of the places we're going to visit there, and also some Umrah ahkam. Altogether inshallah we're going to cover today in this session, although I'm not expecting that we're going to have everything today, because inshallah while we are going to be in the Umrah trip, we can inshallah talk and discuss more, we can learn, and we can inshallah have a classes during our Umrah trip also. And also we're going to inshallah have a good pool of talent in our Umrah trip. MashaAllah, Sister Sabika, she will be with us. Maulana Hadi Yasin will be with us. Maulana Abu Zar Wahidi will be with us, inshallah, and also Maulana Sajjadi, right? 4 scholars with one Sister Sabika. So you're going to have an ample amount of people. You can go and you can, talk and discuss. Perhaps all the Bay Area is going, all these, centers of scholars, the scholars from Fatimiyya, from Masjid Rasul, Masjid Imam Hussain, and also ICZ. And Sister Sabika, alhamdulillah. So I'm not worried about this spiritual aspect of this Umrah and also ahkam, because you're going to have access to the ulama or the scholars. Just to be in the same page, last year when we went to a Hajj trip, subhanallah, close to 70-80 people and only one scholar, right? Sometimes, like minimum 40-50 for one scholar, but sometimes 200-300 people one scholar. That's also for Hajj, not Umrah, right? Even, for example, for a Ziyarat trip, we had like close to 100 people, me and Sister Sabika, right? That's it. But this trip, only, I think 37, 38 people. We have 4 or 5 scholars. Good, inshallah. You're in good hand? No problem, inshallah. Please say the salawats. So, okay, before I go with the details of this trip, I'm so excited to have this trip, mashallah, with you, and inshallah we can have a good bond among ourselves. There is a small changes, or little bit of change will happen for the departure date was initially the Thursday, and we moved to Friday. The reason we moved to Friday is 2. One is lots of people, they said that Thursday going and Saturday coming, that doesn't make any sense, because we can go Friday, we can come Sundays. Sundays holiday still, it's not a problem. That's one of the good thing. And also the second thing was that beside the work and other things, the travel agent also suggested that if we can go to Sunday, the Friday, for him also is more convenience. So okay, no problem. But one problem with that. What is the problem? The problem is initially we said 4 nights in Medina, 4 nights in Mecca. With this change, we're going to be close to 2.5 days or 3 in Medina and 5 nights in Mecca. Why? Simply, we want to be in Mecca on the eve of the Wiladat of Imam Ali. 13th of Rajab, and we don't want to miss that night. And on top of that is not only Wiladat of Imam Ali, it's going to be a Tahweel time, Eid Nowruz. So exactly Tahweel time will be around 1:30 a.m. So we want to be in the Kaaba, the time of Tahweel. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. That's why we have to cut one night from Medina and add it to Mecca. So what happened is we're going to stay in Mecca 5 nights and Medina 3 nights. When we say 3 nights, one night is not a real one night. Why? Because 16th after midnight, which is 17th morning, 2 a.m., we're going to be in Medina. So by the time you go to hotel, it's going to be 4 or 5 a.m. So you're going to spend only a couple of hours, but we have to count for that night. So inshallah, we're going to try to have a good trip, and also because we are going to be in the low season and it's not going to be that much of crowd. So inshallah, I'm hoping that we can take care of all the rituals and ahkam, and also some of the spiritual aspect of this trip also, inshallah. So therefore, we're going to inshallah leave Mecca from here, the Medina. Our flight is from San Francisco. One more in the cautious. Hassan Bhai, he gave me a good reason that why 7:15 flight on Friday. Usually if you go and Google Turkish Airlines 6:15 p.m. departure. But Hassan Bhai said that maybe because of time changes. But I'm not sure. Please make sure that one more time check. It's maybe 6:15 or 7:15. Yes, any Hassan Bhai, can you check one more time Turkish airline time? Because we don't want to have, because in the ticket says 7:15, but usually Turkish airline is 6:15. So they're going to, inshallah, mashallah, tech people, they're sitting there, and they're going to, inshallah, tell us in a minute, inshallah. So we want to make sure, and we don't want to miss anything, and we don't want to be behind, right? Anyhow, my humble request is, even if it's 7:15, we don't want to take a risk. I ask all of you to be there around 3:30, at the most 4. So we can have enough time, right? So because our group is a little bit bigger group, we are not like, for example, individual 1 or 2 people, 37, 40 people. It's good that if we can be there half an hour, 1 hour before, it's not going to hurt anything. It's good, inshallah. 7:15, okay, because of the time changes, inshallah. But still, be there around 3:30 to 4. It's good, inshallah. What we're going to do is, inshallah, we're going to pack up everything, come here, Jummah prayer, and after Jummah prayer, we go, inshallah, towards the airport. So, inshallah, we can take care of that. Okay. So that's the plan. So our plan is from Turkish Airlines, from here, 7:15, we go to Istanbul, and from Istanbul, we go to Medina directly. Medina, we're going to arrive there around 2 a.m. And inshallah, because Hajj season is going to take 2, 3, 4 hours to check out. But Umrah season, my experience is less. We're going, inshallah, we're going to come out of the airport in 1 hour or so. So by the time we go to hotel, we're going to, inshallah, reach there anywhere between 4 and 5. And inshallah, know that it's going to be a little bit tough. And inshallah, we can stay there for whole day and night, and next whole day. And the third day, what we want to do is from Medina, after Asr prayer, around 4 o'clock, we have to check out by 1:30 to 1 o'clock. We can have a lunch there. And then from there, what we can do is bring the luggage, everything, and we can go to ziyarats. And around 4 o'clock, we go to Masjid al-Shajara. And from Masjid al-Shajara, around Maghrib time. The reason we want to go from Masjid al-Shajra to Mecca, nighttime is to avoid any kafara, because during the night time it's okay to walk in shadow, but during the daytime we cannot. So all the buses are covered buses. If you want to travel with the covered buses while you're in the state of ihram, you cannot. That's why what we do is we go after Maghrib time. So that will be the night or eve of the Wiladat of Imam Ali. So we want to be there, inshallah, around 10:30, or at the most 11 o'clock. We're going to be in Mecca, and we're going to, inshallah, get the hotels. But we have to rush towards the amal of the Umrah. It's very important. We can take care of that. Then, inshallah, I'm going to explain why all of that, because of the night of Wiladat of Imam Ali and also Tahwil time, and it's very important to be there in Mecca. Inshallah, once we take care of the amal, we're going to stay there for almost 5 nights and 4 days or something. Inshallah, the 24th morning, we're going to, inshallah, go to Jeddah, and from Jeddah to Istanbul to San Francisco. We're going to come back on Sunday, inshallah, on the 24th of March, back to San Francisco. Maybe 5:30 something. That's our schedule. What are the things you need to do in terms of this? Inshallah, we're going to talk and discuss about some of the ahkam, some of the preparations, and some of the things you have to take, and so on and so forth. Just this is a general overview of what we're going to do in terms of our schedule. No questions so far? It's okay. Okay. Some of the general points, please consider that. One, you have some, Brother Hassan, did you distribute it, the pouches and everything? Okay, inshallah. So it's very important that keep a copy of your passport, green card with you all the time. It's good. What I advise is take a picture you can have in your phone, and also one copy in case if you're lost, you can have in your beloved one here, and also one copy with you in your luggage. At least you can have access to your passport copy. If you lost your passport, there's a chance that you can lose your passport, because the moment we go there, they will take the passport, and then it's not in your hand. It's going to be in the hand of whatever they have a system there in Saudi, and they're going to give us when we are going from Medina to Mecca, just to check that. And then in the Mecca, they will give it to the other persons, like so on and so forth. It's a little bit difficult than the other countries when you travel. So that's why there's a chance that if you lose your passport, you can have the copy of passport with you. It's good to keep with you. For the currency you want to carry, Iraq and Iran is different than Saudi. If you are traveling to Iran, for sure take a cash money with you. But for Saudi, it's not a problem, because you can use your credit card also. It's fairly safe. But some people, they want to they want to be cautious. They don't want to use their credit card while they're in Umrah or whatever. If you want to do that, then you want to carry the currency. Take a new dollar bills, not the old one, right? Sometimes they don't accept that, and they have different setups in third world countries, or even Iran, Iraq, or even Saudi, or as per, I know even in India is like that. I don't know about Pakistan. Some countries they do, so they don't accept the old currencies. It's good that if you can carry with that. How much you have to bring with you, that's up to you. Maybe Brother Mustafa Tajri is going to bring $1 million. But by the way, don't carry more than $10,000, right? Maximum is $10,000. Some people, if they want to carry more than $10,000, it's difficult. So I don't want to take responsibility for that. Okay, so just to be in the same page. Basically, what you paid for is going to cover the ticket, the hotel, the transportation, and so on and so forth. But still, sometimes you want to spend here, there, or you want to go and you want to have some, for example, different food, or you want to go explore something else, you can have that. Or especially if you want to buy a gift, mashallah, Brother Faraz, he dedicated that he wants to buy a 5 carat of diamond for me, inshallah. Those types of things is cost a little bit of money, right? If someone wants to have a big gift, they can. So gift is not included, your personal things are not included, and so on and so forth. What includes basic thing? The transportation, the flight, the hotel, and the transportation in Mecca, Medina, and so on and so forth, right? I request that if you can have insurance also is good. What happens is last time, I can give you one example from last couple of years, tens of times we visited all the places, whether Iran, Iraq, or I don't know, the Umrah and all of that. We had no problem except last year, this Umrah, the Ziyarat trip. What happened is while we are coming back, Turkish airline delayed. Once you have a delayed Turkish airline, then everything will impact. The connecting flight from Istanbul to San Francisco, they missed that. Then they stuck in the airport of San Francisco. Then they have to change it, right? So travel agent doesn't take any responsibilities because every other travel, you see, if there is any problem from the airline, you have to deal with the airline. Sometimes airline, what happens is they give you flight next day or day after, sometimes give you hotel, all of that. This is first time happened to us, and we had some problems there, right? So just prepare for that. Like any other trip. And neither Sabah nor travel agent doesn't take any responsibility for anything happens. And, the flights are, the agencies are the, what we can do is whatever we have in our control, right? The poor brother Hassan is a volunteer, and majority of the people are not majority, pretty much all the people are volunteer. Only brother Ali Asadi, who's the agent, I'm sure that he's making some money, but whatever he makes, he has some limitations. My point is, it's better for you guys if you want to be more cautious, buy a travel insurance, right? Travel insurance can help you because one of the brothers, Brother Hassan, like who had a travel insurance last time? And some of the people they had, right? Yeah, and they got the compensation, right? Okay, it's good that. Again, in last couple of times, nothing happened, but one time happened. If it happened, I want to make sure that we understand, you understand, we know that these are the things can happen, right? Even, for example, when I was traveling from San Jose to Seattle, flight got delayed for 6-8 hours. Then they gave me a flight from here to Los Angeles. I miss all the programs and everything. That happens, right? So want to be on the same page that these things can happen, okay, inshallah. So, and also those who wants to be well connected to the, mashallah, family members or here, there, SIM card, you can buy the SIM card. In order to have your own SIM card, either you need to have a cell phone there, or you need to have a should not be the locked one, right? So you need to unlock your phone. For example, I have T-Mobile is unlocked, no problem. But some companies like Verizon or other things is not unlocked. You need to request to unlock that. So that's up to you if you want to have. In hotels, you can use the internet. Through internet, you can connect it to the social media and also, WhatsApp. By the way, WhatsApp doesn't work to call from Saudi. However, you can use, like, for example, T-Mobile. If you have a T-Mobile, through T-Mobile, you can call to WhatsApp. But if you don't have any services there, they have some, I don't know, blockage or some system. I don't know what they're doing. So some countries like Dubai also, you cannot speak, but you can text, and you can, communicate, but you cannot speak sometimes. Okay, that's if you want to have a SIM card, fairly is cheap there. It's not that expensive. You can have that, and also please keep your pouches, which is your identification, all the time with you when you go to ziyarat or any other trips around Mecca, around Medina. It's good to have with you all the time. It's very good, inshallah. The cell phone is okay inside of the haram in Iraq, in Saudi. Only in Iraq is not allowed, but Saudi is not a problem. You can carry with you cell phone everywhere, no problem. Luggage, we are not going to have any, domestic flights. Then straightforward, you can carry 2 bags, luggage bags, and one carry-on bag, going and coming back. Because we are going, all of that is international flights. It's not a problem. Only for those who wants to go some other places, or they want to go ahead of the time from Medina to Jeddah, they have to check with the travel agent or the airline to find out that whether they can carry 2 bags or not. 2 bags are allowed for America to Dubai, Jeddah or Medina, and coming back. But if you want to have an extra stay in some of the places, or you want to go some other places, I think it's 1 bag, but again, you need to check yourself, and we don't want to take any responsibility for that. And also, for the clothes, you have to, before we go to that, we have some sabah, bags, and also Brother Ali Asadi, I'm assuming that he's going to provide some of the bags, just kind of not carry on, small pouches or some small, bags with you. You can have like shoes or something with you there, inshallah. About medicines, what medicines you want to have, Sister Maryam, inshallah, alhamdulillah, she cleaned up all the medicine from, CVS, right, Sister Maryam? Now, if you go to Fremont area, no medicines in CVS and for any pharmacist, right? You don't need to worry about all of that. Just few things which is very important for you, right? So especially, for example, if you're sensitive with some of the medicines or antibiotics, and here there, like some people are very strict. They don't want to use any antibiotic outside of America because they think that it's not safe. If you are like those people, bring with you. But like me, no problem. I can go, I can buy over the counter, is not a problem. But that's up to you. We are not going to jungle. We are going to, advanced country, like advanced country. Everything is available. But if you want to bring, it's good. Because all the time, sometimes it's not convenience for you to go out and to find out, for example, pharmacy, get all of that is good. If you want to have, especially some of the things which we list here, have with you, is good, right? Especially one of the things is if you're wearing eyeglasses, have some either protection for that or extra pair of eyeglasses, because if you lose your eyeglasses, still you can get there, but it's going to take a little bit of more time. Those types of things is very important. Clothes, ihram clothes, beside the ihram clothes, you can have your, whatever you wear is decent and also a little bit free. That's better. The ihram clothes for the sisters are the white, whatever you wear. It's better to have a white one. And for the brothers, inshallah, we can get from there. That's not a problem. But if you have your own, it's not a problem. Umrah is not going to be long duration, only a couple of hours, right? So after a couple of hours, we can come out of the ihram, and you don't need to have 3-4 sets of ihram. For Hajj, yes, because we're going to have a long duration, 3-4 days, and for 3-4 days you cannot live with only one set. So you need to have 2-3 sets, right? At least 2 sets. But for Umrah, it's not a problem. 1 set of ihram is enough. But if you want to have 2 sets, that's up to you. It's not going to be that much of a problem. And also, if you want to give charity sadaqah, you can, but based on our experience, don't give it to the authorities there, because you don't know what they do and how it's going to end up. If it's Iran and Iraq, we know that because they have a better system and we can trust them. Whether, for example, you want to give to Rawza of Imam Hussein in Iraq or Imam Rida in Iran, you can trust that they're going to build that something. But in Medina, Mecca, there is no trust. And my personal, the request is, don't trust them. If you know someone, you find someone, give yourself. Not to, for example, authorities or, because those authorities, we know that what type of people they are there, so we don't want to go in detail about that. That's, my say in that. Can you go to the next slide? So some of the checklist, make sure that before you go to Umrah, you have all of that. First and foremost, because this is a special journey. It's not like any other journey. Umrah is a special journey. And you want to come back as if you have new life. Completely different experience. And want to have a better outcome from this journey. Therefore, you need to have a clean slate in order to go, and once you come back, you're not the same person. Completely different person. Obviously, clear between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness. Because He bestowed upon us, mashallah, in the month of Rajab, a beautiful month, the eve of the wiladat of Imam Ali alayhi salam, we have these great blessings to go to Kaaba and do or perform our Umrah and come back as a great blessing upon all of us. Therefore, ask for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness and clear that up. Second thing, inform your family and your friends and others and ask for forgiveness. It's good because we want to start with clean slate. It's not only between me and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By nature, when we are dealing with the people, we have some differences, and sometimes we hurt others, and sometimes vice versa, whatever. In any case, you don't wait that they should reach you. You go and you can reach out to them. Just go and call them, I'm sorry, whatever the things, you ask for forgiveness, especially those who are closest one. Sometimes when we talk about this, people, they go and they want to see, for example, okay, one time I met with this brother or sister 50 years back and all of that. Yes, I understand it's good. But those who are very close to you, like your parents, your siblings, or your spouse, your children, your parents, those who are very close to you, they are the one whom you're dealing the most with them. It's good that you can clear that up, and inshallah you can have a better atmosphere. It's very important. And also, in terms of the preparation, I propose that you become mujtahids, if you can, inshallah, in a couple of days. And perhaps with the speed of knowledge, maybe, but if you're not mujtahids, don't guess it. Have your mujtahids. Choose your mujtahids. Right? The one who's alive. Yes, I'm doing Taqlid of Ayatollah Khuwi or Imam Khomeini. That was back then. You're going to have a new ahkam. You have to choose your new live marja. Why? Because time to time when you have some problems, you can refer to. It's very important. If you don't want to do that, that's absolutely okay. Become mujtahids. If not, there's no other alternative, because we don't want to guess some ahkam. And that's why one of the prerequisites for the Umrah and Hajj is you need to have your own mujtahid in order to have a proper Hajj and Umrah. We're not doing only ziyarat where there is no wajibat, just ziyarat if Imam Hussein come back. This is a Umrah and this is a Hajj. If you miss one small thing, it's going to affect, and the consequences are very severe. To the point that sometimes, for example, if we don't do some ahkam, something, we're going to be in the state of ihram, and we cannot come out of the state of ihram till we fix those problems, right? That's why it's very huge consequences. So you need to choose your marja. And in same token, if you have any doubts in any stages, please ask. Don't hesitate. Yes.
The other thing people don't realize in the time of Ayatollah and the previous Maharaja, they have changed the physical, like the pillars in the shaitan, they've changed it into a wall. They've done other things to alter, so then the rulings kind of change based on the physical changes that they have.
That's true. Very true. MashaAllah. So it's not only, for example, some of the small ahkam, sometimes even, for example, the side between Safa and Marwa right now is completely different, because you don't see the big mountain of Marwa at all. It's a kind of flat there. Safa is a little bit of tiny mountain there. It was a big mountain, right? And also right now they have 3-4 layers. You can go first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor. Whether you can go or not, that's the ahkam. You need to choose your marja in order to be on the same page, and you ought to perform your duties and responsibilities. It's very important that please make sure that you identify your marja and have your marja. If you're doing that, alhamdulillah. If not, this is the best time to have that. And also, for ziyarat, I'm not very picky about this, but for Hajj and Umrah, at least 2 rakats of the prayer and wudu and ghusl should be checked out. Please, sisters, Sister Sabika is here. Brothers, you have, mashallah, 4 scholars, right? You don't like me, it's not a problem. Hajaga Wahidi, Hajaga Sajjadi, Hajaga Hadi Yasin, go and check. It's good. Why? Because if we don't do proper wudu, our prayer will be batil. If our prayer is batil, our umrah is batil. If our umrah is batil, we're going to be hanging in the state of ihram. And we cannot do anything, to the point that even you cannot attend any weddings and so on and so forth. There are lots of huge consequences. It's not a small thing. It's good that at least 2 rakat of the prayer should be okay. So then check your qira'ah, proper qira'ah. Check your wudu and ghusl. That's very important. And also prepare your will, mashallah. I know that all of you have a will, but I don't know, the amount of emphasis happening in Islam about will, I never heard of about any other religion. From other side, you go to this across churches, the Jubilee Church, or I don't know, the Taiwanese church, or Korean church, and so on and so forth. They have a big room called wills and bonds or something from the people, right? So people, their congregants, they have will. So a portion of that, they have a system, go to church, and all that. I'm not worried about that. Main thing is have a ready will. It's very important. About your children, about yourself, about your qada prayers, qada fasting, whom you you owe something, about your wealth, everything is good, right? For example, at least, I want to have a best akhirah if something happened. I mentioned this example time after time. Just a couple of years back in Chicago, there was a couple, Bangladeshi couple, husband and wife. They had 3 children. They left children, like lots of people they do, right? They had a car accident in Germany when they were coming back from Hajj. They had no other guardians in Chicago. What happens is every property and also the children will be property of what? State, period. And the state of Illinois has to determine that what they should do. Muslims with care, they had a lawsuit, and after a couple of years, they won. Only what they did is they said that children should be given to the Muslim family at least, something like that. That's very painful and difficult. That's the dunya. But our akhirah, for example, if I have some qada prayers, qada fasting, something, It's better for me to write it down that this much of I have a qada prayers, qada fastings. I don't know, I owe some people this and all of that. It's good. I'm not talking about every single detail. Maybe you're going to have lots of difficulties, but just in general points, it's good that you write it down. So with the signature, that's your will, is good. So will is mustahab, and having the will is very important all the time with you. What are the things you have to identify? As I mentioned, all the money you owe and some of the informations which only you know or your spouse know. You want to make sure that other people, if they want to execute your will, they should know that, and so on and so forth. Write it, that is good. And also, before you go to Umrah trip, Hajj and Umrah is different than the Ziyarah trip. Ziyarah trip is different, but Hajj and Umrah, when you go Hajj and Umrah, you need to clear all your debts, right? Some of the debts is part of your system. That's not a problem. Like for example, you have a mortgage of home, or a student loan, or a business loan. That is a system. I'm not worried about that. If you have some personal loan, right? Like Mustafa Tajri, he got $1 million last night, and he has to give me back before he leaves, right? It's documenting, right? So then this is, you need to clear that up before. Why? Because it's a personal loan. But some of the loans you don't have to worry about. For example, the home loan or this and personal loan. Either you get a permission from the person, or you pay before you go, right? It's very important. Second, Shari'i loan, Shari'i dues. For example, the khums or kafara or zakat or some of the nadhr, qasam, ahad. If we have a hadith from a sixth imam that, oh Imam, I had nadhr, I haven't paid. Can you go to Umrah or Hajj? Said, no, first you need to pay your nadhr. Some people, they have a nadhr, right? So that nadhr, whatever you can have the nadhr, right? So nadhr or kafara or fitra or khums or anything, pay back. The minimum thing is, if you don't know all of that, it's going to be a little bit difficult. At least whatever you're spending money for the Umrah trip, at least pay khums for that, and once you come back, you can take care of that. So the main thing is, you need to be debt-free person in order to be, inshallah, for the Umrah and for Hajj. And also, one of the very important point is, before you go, like any time from now onwards, inshallah, to ghusl, have ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgiveness and start a new era, and make intention that I'm doing this between me and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have all the ni'mat and rahmat. Inshallah, you're going to have the best outcome, inshallah. Some of the recommended du'as there, inshallah, you can find that's not a problem. By the way, we are, alhamdulillah, in the process of making the Umrah and Hajj guide, although we have the old version, you can download from Sabah. That's the old version, but right now we're in this process of making that, like the same things, the Arad book for Iraq is an amazing book. Alhamdulillah, we got lots of good comments, and it's truly helpful book, the same type or perhaps better. We are in the process of making the Umrah and Hajj book, and our timeline is, inshallah, before Hajj trip. We can finish that, inshallah. If we have that, that's good. But right now we have the old version, and you can still get benefit out of that. It's good. So you can read some of the du'as and so on and so forth. It's very important. During the journey, it's very important that, according to hadith and riwayat, even our beloved Imam Amir or sixth Imam, there were lots of jokes and humors, right? You don't want to have a dry person, abusan qamtarira. No, have some, mashallah, fun and something good atmosphere. Don't be very, serious person there, abus. No, so mashallah, good. So have some, cracking joke is not a problem. In fact, it's good. But don't any, we don't want to engage in ghaibat and tuhmat, but we can inshallah have a good atmosphere. It's a good akhlaq, helping each other, and for example, taking care of each other. Alhamdulillah, our group this time is not going to be that big, and also we don't have the people, lots of people, those who need wheelchairs and all of that. I remember one time when we had a Umrah last, I don't know, a couple of years back. Out of 37, we had 14 wheelchairs. So then, still it was good, alhamdulillah, no problem. But I'm not expecting. Yeah, I mean, we can find the chair, and that's not a problem. That's why we have to help each other, right? We can, inshallah, help each other. We can find, that's not a problem. So, like 34 people, 14 wheelchairs. We did a great job, and I'm expecting that now also we can do a good job, inshallah. One of the mustahabbats of this trip is not only helping, spending, be generous and be kind and understanding each other and so on and so forth is good in our trip. We can establish that point also. Sadaqah also is recommended before you go to Umrah trip. As any other trip, like any other trip, it's good to pay sadaqah, and then inshallah you can start your journey. Any questions so far? MashaAllah. Please say the salawats.
What about dua, books of du'as?
Hmm?
We can take books for
Very good. What are the books you can take with you? Only they have very sensitivity about Mafatihul Janan. If they see in the airport called Mafatihul Janan, they'll throw that.
and sajdaga.
Sajdaga also, if they see that, they throw away. Yeah. So my recommendation is you don't need to carry with you sajdaga. Instead of Mafatihul Janan, you can take any other books like the Sabah's Hajj guide you can take, or any other books. That's not a problem. But they have a specific guideline about Mafatihul Janan, because there's a Ziyarat Ashura, and for them is they don't agree with that, and so on and so forth. And some of the du'as which they don't agree with that. Yes.
I have a few books which are individually like ziyarats of 12 imams, a very small book. Can I take that? Can I take the book which has Dua Mashmul?
Yeah, I think those books are not a problem. Just they see sometimes. Yeah, yeah, that's
Small books we can keep.
yeah. Small books is yes.
This is daily, we are praying daily.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Yeah, Hadith Exal, they don't have any sensitivity about that. Yes.
We can read it over there.
Okay, so I'm going to go through some of the rituals. One of the very important point is ziyarats is not like Umrah and Hajj. In Umrah and Hajj, we cannot do group activities out of hotel at all. At all. Right? So even, for example, Baqi, I'm going to talk about Baqi. Sisters, they are not allowed to begin with. Even brothers, when they go, we cannot do group ziyarats. Right? Sometimes 3-4 people, they stand, and even when they find out, they'll take and they'll disrespect. Right? They don't allow that. So that's why only in hotels sometimes when we have rooms or some place to talk and have classes or go through some of the logistics, we can. Outside of the hotel, no group dua activities at all. Each and every one by yourself. But good side is we have, mashallah, Sister Sabika, she can take care of that, and we have lots of ulama, that's not a problem. We can go group by group, in a small groups, not a big group. Yes. Very good. This is also a good experience that if you download all your du'as in your phone, you can carry the phone and you can have a headphone while you're doing ziyarah, the umrah, while you're going to ziyarah, you can listen. That's not a problem. And that if you have a headphone and you have a phone, it's not bothering anyone, and no one can take that from you. It's good. That's also one of the good things. Even, for example, from some of the du'as, you want to read it, with the phone is better. Yes.
Some nights, if we are allowed to go on our own schedule,
Yeah, night time. I'm going to go through the schedule. That's also, yes, that's also, absolutely, that's not a problem. Any other question? Okay. So here is a point, mashallah. Uh, Before that, we have any Medina slide? Okay, so let's, I can go first Medina and then go to the Umrah trip, right? Medina, mashallah, once we enter to the city of Medina, is a special atmosphere for all of us, and especially those who are going first time, and even those who had gone 50 times still. Once you enter to the city of Medina, the atmosphere is completely different. Subhanallah, Medina is completely different. To the point that Holy Prophet, Quran says, وَأَنْ دَخَلُوا كَانَ آمِنًا. Those who enter to Kaaba, they're in peace. Holy Prophet did not find peace in Kaaba. He was looking for the peace, and once he entered to Medina, he did sajda and he said, "Oh Allah, you made this place complete peace and tranquility with your mercy and blessings." So Medina is completely different. Medina, Holy Prophet, he started his mission. You have Ahlul Bayt, Mahalle Bani Hashim. You have our Imams, the birth of our Imams. Each and every corner of Medina is full of great historical lessons and also historical events. The same Medina and around the city of, around the Haram of Medina was Imam Hassan, Imam Hussain playing there, walking, doing dua, sajda. Fatima Zahra Salamu Alaiha, she used to go and knock the doors of the people, and she did sajda, everything. All of that happened in Medina. Medina is an exceptional place. Once you enter, you feel that. Nowadays, what happens is with tall buildings and beautiful hotels and all of that. Even, for example, once you go to Haram, all the new, decoration, all of that. Sometimes you lost. It's very difficult to have that connection. Like when you go to Iraq, you can feel that there's a connection, right? For example, if you go to the Kufa, house of Imam Ali, you can have that connection. But for Saudi, Medina, with all the great, things happen there, it's very difficult to have that connection. Simply because the changes, they demolish all the places, for example, Baqi and the Rawda of Baqi, all of that they demolish, right? So it's kind of very dry, but don't be caught up with those obvious things. You go a little bit deeper. While walking, have that connection. That same place Imam Hassan used to walk, Imam Hussain used to walk, Fatima Zahra, Imam Ali. It's very important, right? Once, inshallah, you're close to the city of Medina, you'll see the shrine of Holy Prophet. Ya Allah, Kumbad al-Khadra. May Allah bless us. Subhanallah. It's a completely different atmosphere. So hadith and riwayah says 7 du'as will be accepted. Inshallah. Ask from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for yourself, your future generations, this Sabah Center, all the Muslims, all the mu'mineen, and so on and so forth. Dhuhra fi Imam Zaman al-Islam, whatever you can have a dua is very important, mashallah. So we can have a peace and blessings. Who knows, one of the du'as of us will be granted and we can have a better, inshallah, outcome with sincerity, ikhlas. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not going to refuse that. It's very important. Good atmosphere there once you go there. The plan is, inshallah, once we reach to Medina, after we settle down the hotel, we can perhaps have some breakfast. Some of the people, they want to rush if you have a time to go to my Fajr prayer, all of that. But as a group, what we can do is, inshallah, after maybe breakfast, we can depend on how it will happen, inshallah, we can go there. The only thing is in Medina, there's specific timings for the sisters and also for the brothers. Those timings can be changed. If you want to go to, for example, the Masjid Nabi inside of the old masjid where the Rawda of Holy Prophet, and also the house of Fatima Zahra, the Rawda min Riyad al-Jannah, and so on and so forth. For sisters, specific times, inshallah, we're going to find out. Sometimes they change. Usually what happens is the Hajj time, they have after Fajr prayer and also after Asr prayer or something. We can find out better, inshallah, once we're there, and inshallah you can go with that. And we have sizably good hotels, that's not a problem. Inshallah, from hotel, once we go there, we can take care of that. Only for sisters, unfortunately, they don't let sisters to Jantul Baqi. Sometimes what happens is some sisters, they want to wear like a man's clothes and they try to enter. That's where I don't advise you to do that. Alhamdulillah. That's if you don't get that, it's not a problem. Still, you can have that connection while you're sitting in the Masjid Nabi, and it's not that far. This is Masjid Nabi, and then that is Baqi. It's kind of less than 200 meters. It's not that big. From the shrine of Holy Prophet to the Jannatul Baqi. So you can walk around and you can sit there, you can talk to Ahlul Bayt and so on. This is very important. All of that was there, Mahalle Bani Hashim, and inside of the Masjid Nabi also some of the places. Inshallah, we go in detail about that. We can talk and discuss that. Inshallah, that's not a problem. The goal is on the same day, we can take care of all the ziyarats in Medina, in the Masjid Nabi and around Masjid Nabi. The next day, inshallah, we can have a ziyarat around the Medina, which is the Uhud, the shrine of Hazrat Hamza, Sayyid al-Shuhada, and also the Masjid al-Qiblatain, Masjid al-Quba, and a few other places, whatever the time allows, inshallah. And yes.
Well, would it be going to Fadak? I didn't see that on the list.
Fadak is not in Medina and a little bit away from Medina, and 6 to 8 farsakh, which is maybe 50 kilometers from Medina. They don't allow, only some people, if they have relatives there or somehow some connections there, they can take the bus, the taxi, they can go, but it's a little bit risk. So as a group, we cannot. Our visa is only limited to Medina and Mecca. That's the only thing. Yes.
Can we do Salat Jamaat in Harmain?
Yes, I can.
Their Maulana?
Yes, I can explain that also. So it's a very good question. Thank you. So yes, Fadak is I'm not recommending, and group wise we cannot go. So in terms of what we should do once we go there, as I highly recommend is to attend in Jamaat prayer with Ahl Sunnats, right? Only thing is,
According to their namaz?
only thing is, if you don't believe that the person who's leading the Jamaat prayer, if he's not adil, you can make an intention of frada.
But how can we decide? You tell that we can do or not.
Yeah. So I personally do frada. I do frada, right? Niyat of frada, it means I'm doing my own prayer, but I'm going to be with Jamaats. With that, what you can do is you can get the reward of the Jamaat prayer, but you're doing your own prayer, right? What our ulama, they says that you should not leave masjids if adhan is happening. Before, what happens is Shia used to walk out, and then Sunni used to say that they're kafir, kafir, kafir. So that's our ulama, all the marajis, they said that please don't leave masjids during the Jamaat time. When you're standing there, you pray like Shia prayer is not a problem. You don't have to fold your hand. You can pray, and no one can stop us. Only thing is you don't want to put the sajda, but there is a lots of places without carpet, like a marble, right? You can do a sajda on marble. That's not a problem. That's what I do. Even Ayatollah Sistani, Ayatollah Khamenei, both of them, Ayatollah Sistani, Ayatollah Khani, both of them, they said that even if you do sajda on carpet in Mecca and Medina, it's not a problem. Right? But you'll find lots of places without carpet, and that's where I stand and I offer the prayer. And I also tell that, please join the Jamaat prayer, but don't pray with Jamaat. You do your own prayer, that's not a problem. Okay? Yes, right, that's clear. And then once you enter the Masjid Nabi, the first thing is 2 rakat, prayer of Tahiyyat Masjids. It's mustahab, right? And after Tahiyyat Masjids, you can do the 2 rakat of the prayer of shukrana. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed upon us the ziyarah, we offer. And then in Medina, 2 rakat for ziyarat of Fatima Zahra, 2 rakat for Holy Prophet, 2 rakat for Imam Hassan, 2 rakat for Imam Zain al-Abidin, 2 rakat for Imam Muhammad al-Baqir, and 2 rakat for Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq. Yes, like prayers of subh. The first 2 rakat is Tahiyyat Masjid Qurbatin Allah. Second 2 rakat is Shukrana Qurbatin Allah. And then the last 6 2 rakats will be 2 rakat for Ziyarat Holy Prophet Rasulullah Qurbatin Allah, Namaz Ziyarat Fatima Zahra Qurbatin Allah, Namaz Ziyarat Hazrat Imam Hasan Mujtaba Qurbatin Allah, Namaz Ziyarat Imam Zain al-Abidin Qurbatin Allah, Namaz Ziyarat of Muhammad Baqir Qurbatin Allah, Imam Ja'far Sadiq. For this Imam, basically Ziyarat Namaz.
This is in Jannatul Baqi or anywhere?
You cannot go to Jannatul Baqi, that's why all the, whether, even for example,
Near Jannatul Baqi or anywhere?
no, we do that in Masjid Nabi, right? Masjid Nabi is close to Jannatul Baqi. We cannot do in Jannatul Baqi any prayer. Even for example for brothers, right? Brothers also, they can go to Jannatul Baqi, but they cannot do prayer there.
But if we forget, you can tell me.
Yeah, I'm going to be there, inshallah. We're going to be there in each and every step. Yeah.
Something ready to remind us.
Inshallah, no problem, inshallah. Yes.
Do you have any plan to meet every morning or?
Yes, we do have a plan. We go together, but what we cannot do is we cannot do activities together. We go together, say, okay, this is the haram, this is the that, and you come back. Sizably is not like far from haram. It's very close. Hotels are very close from haram, and you can have walking distance, and you can have the hotel card with you, and that's not going to be a problem. I mean, safe in Mecca and Medina. Nighttime, daytime, you can go nighttime, you can go daytime, that's not a problem, that's up to you, and there is no restrictions. Only Masjid Nabi will close from 11 to 2, but before 11 is open, after 2 also is open. That's up to you, that's not a problem, right? Good. So, and then after that, what we do is the next day, we go and take care of the ziyarat of around Medina. We can take care of that. Then the next day, which is the 3rd day, again, we do Ziyarat Wida because there's no wajibat. And after Ziyarat Wida, Dhuhr, Asr, lunch, and after Dhuhr and lunch, around 1 o'clock, we check out and just we put the luggage. And then we go to prayer, we do whatever you want. And around 4:30, we go to bus and we are heading towards, inshallah, Masjid Shajara. Right? Any questions so far for Medina? Although we can, inshallah, have more discussion, we can talk and discuss there.
So are you going to print out this schedule for us?
Yeah, inshallah. Inshallah. So once we take care of that, we are ready for the Umrah. So far is a preparation. It's just Medina, Ziyarah, there is no wajib aspect. From now, it will begin the wajib part. Wajib part is first, we have to go to the miqats. Miqats, those who wants to enter to Mecca, they cannot enter to Mecca, right? They have to go to one of the miqats. One of the miqat is Masjid al-Shajara, Yalamlam, Juhfa, Dhatu Irq, and so on and so forth. 5 different junctions. Those are the places you have to go there, and you have to wear the ihram, so you can enter. For the Medina, those who are going from Medina, their miqat is Masjid al-Shajara. Masjid Shajra is close 8-9 kilometers from Medina. It's not that far. And we go there, inshallah, and those, like especially sisters, I recommend that you do ghusl everything in hotel before you take out, before we check out, and you wear the ihram, but don't make intention. Just wear the ihram and get ready. But for brothers, if they want to, then that's up to them, right? Because it's more feasible for the brothers than the sisters, because the slippery bathrooms there, we don't have any incident there, and so on and so forth. Especially because the same bathroom for shower and everything, slippery around that, and if you go there, we don't have any incident. For the brothers, it's more easy to afford that. Especially if any brother who is in need, I advise that don't do that. But in general, for the brothers, not a problem. We can wear the ihram in Masjid Shajra. But regardless of where you wear the ihram, we are not going to make any intention. Just we are ready and prepared. We go to Masjid Shajra, we pray Maghrib Isha prayer, and after Maghrib Isha prayer, we make an intention of the ihram of the Umrah Mufrada Qurbat Ilallah. The niyat is, I'm wearing the ihram of the Umrah Mufrada Wajib Qurbatan Ilallah, Allahu Akbar. So there's no need to say wajib also, just Qurbatan Ilallah, Allahu Akbar. Once you say Allahu Akbar, you need to say right away Talbiyah. Talbiyah is Labbaik, Allahumma Labbaik, Labbaik la sharika laka Labbaik, Innal hamda wa ni'mata laka wal mulk, la sharika laka Labbaik. This. And there is a mustahab also, labbaik al-ma'arij, labbaik, and so on and so forth. But this is a wajib part. And inshallah, once we say, we need to say with right pronunciation. We can inshallah repeat there. And once we wear that, we are in the state of ihram. By the way, Ayatollah Sisani says that you need to do it inside of the masjid. Some mujtahideen, like Abdullah Khamis says, even outside is not a problem. That's why for the caution, what we do is inside of the masjid. Since the sisters and brothers' door is different, Sister Sabika will take care of the sisters, and you can do the wear the ihram and make intention inside of the masjid Shajara. And for the brothers, we'll go and take care of that, inshallah. We say the talbiyah right after talbiyah, because we have to rush to Mecca. Please don't take lots of time there. So once we take care of that, inshallah, we are ready. The first ahkam is wearing the ihram. Once we wear ihram, we're in the state of ihram. As 27 or 30 things will be haram for us. One of them is arguing, or fighting, or swearing, or when you scratch hard, you don't want to, for example, pull out your hairs, and also if any insect comes, don't kill. And also, ask, please go away. I'm not in the state of fighting with you, and just ask gently. And also, if there is any, mashallah, gas leaks there, don't run away from that. Gently, Ya Allah, thank you. And also, if it's a good smell, don't smell that, run away from that. Bad smell, you cannot run away. Good smell, you cannot run away. So it's a training, right? So it's a beautiful training of insaniyat. Don't pull out the, the trees and so on. Yes?
For those of us who have young kids, we're going to explain this to them. But then how do we keep track?
Okay, so that's a good point. For the children, right? That's good, no problem. What you can do is one. You can, she's 9 or no?
Zainab is 9.
Okay, now if she's 9, she can do her Umrah, and it's not a Hajj, because Hajj times are lots of activities. Umrah, she can walk around, it's not a problem. Yeah, it's not going to be the problem. But for the smaller one, if you want to make the intention for the Umrah, then father has to do A'mal. After you done your tawaf, one more tawaf for your daughter. After you done your sa'i, one more sa'i for your daughter, right? If you want to, make intention. If you don't want to make intention of Umrah, it's not a problem. It's because it's not wajib. Without intention, she can get in. If you want to be counted, obviously you're going to get the reward, and you have to do that, right? Mother also can do that. That's not a problem. Mother also can do that. But Abedi's recommendation is father. So mothers, they did lots of things. By the way, I have a good news that good news for sisters, a bad news for brothers. Good news for sisters, you don't need to cook, right? I'm sorry, brothers, you're not going to have any food from your beloved wives, right? That's the bad news for you. You have to bear with us, and some chef there cooking, and then not your wife, right? That's good news and bad news, inshallah. Yes. No problem. कोई मुश्किल नहीं है, कोई मुश्किल नहीं है, नहीं कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. मैं बताऊंगा सिर्फ और सिर्फ वज़ू जो आपके लिए वाजिब है वो तवाफ़ के दौरान या नमाज के दौरान बताऊंगा मैं इंशाअल्लाह. So you don't need to be in the state of wudu all the time while you're in the state of ihram. There is no need, right? Only wudu is needed for tawaf and prayer of tawaf. I'm going to explain, right? So then these are the things going to be haram. We can inshallah talk and discuss a little more, and you have the, you can download from Sabah, you can see all the things which is haram. Inshallah, 4 hours going to take from Medina to Mecca, and we're going to be there inshallah in Mecca around 11 p.m. And once we check in, my suggestion is don't go and sleep. It's only 2-3 hours. Night time, tahweel time, rather than Imamari time is good. We go to, inshallah, Masjid al-Haram, and we take care of the a'mal. What is the a'mal? After wearing the ihram the first. Second one is tawaf. Before we do tawaf, what we do is once we enter, subhanallah, all of our life we prayed towards the Kaaba. All of a sudden, you're blessed to have the Kaaba in front of you. Subhanallah. The Kaaba. And once you see that, there is no limits for du'as, not 7 du'as like in other places. Unlimited du'as, mashallah. And, du'as can be for your neighbors, your brothers, for yourself, the akhirah, your children, the masjid, Muslims around the globe, and so on and so forth. That's up to you. It's good to have du'as, right? And once you have that du'a, once you see the first time, you're going to have a completely different atmosphere. I know that it's going to be emotional, and we begin to express our emotions. And then after that, we do, inshallah, 2 rakat prayer of tahiyyat masjids, qurbatan ilallah, like prayer of subh, and 2 rakat prayer of shukrana, or shukr, right? We want to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Once we done that, we're ready to go to, tawaf. So inshallah, we're going to talk and discuss about the details of the tawaf and how to wear the ihram and so on and so forth. Just I'm giving you an overview of that. Once we go to tawaf, inshallah, we're going to do tawaf from the beginning point is Hajar Aswad's, right? Because Kaaba has 4 pillars or 4 corners. The first corner is Hajar Aswad's, and the second corner is Rukn Yamani, Rukn Iraqi, and Rukn Shami, 4, which is represented Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar is Hajar Aswad, right? So we have to start tawaf from Hajar Aswad, Allahu Akbar, which there is a green light also there, which is very obvious. We're going to inshallah do tawaf together, but we cannot have a big activity. This is one of the good points is tawaf we can do together, that's not a problem. Usually it's going to take half an hour to 1 hour, not more than 1 hour, especially nowadays. But yes, in the time of Hajj, it's going to be 3-4 hours. But now, maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes, at the most half an hour. 2 maximum is 45 minutes. Inshallah, we can done 7 tawaf. Now, you need to be in the state of wudu for tawaf. However, if you break the wudu during the tawaf, if you done more than half, which is 7 round of tawaf, more than half is what? 4 tawaf. So if you done close to 4 tawaf, you can go do wudu, come back, and you can start from the same point. But if you give the long gap, then you have to start from beginning. If you break your wudu in first and second round of tawaf, then you have to start from beginning. Okay, so this is the place you need to be in the wudu all the time for tawaf. And after tawaf, 2 rakat of the prayer of tawaf in Maqam Ibrahim. Once you finish the same place you started, and you're going to go to Maqam Ibrahim, and you do 2 rakat of the prayer of tawaf. Once you do 2 rakat of the prayer of tawaf, you did the 3rd amal. Then you can have some Zamzam water. It's mustahab to drink Zamzam water, and also you sprinkle the Zamzam water around your face. And according to hadith and riwayat, after tawaf and namaz, you drink the water of Zamzam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not going to punish you on the judgment day, and also will not go burn our body in the judgment day. It's a good inshallah atmosphere. After that, we are ready to go to sa'i between Safa and Marwa. And that's also going to take 45 minutes to 1 hour, the max, inshallah. We can do sa'i between Safa and Marwa, beginning from Safa and Marwa. And tawaf and sa'i should be done in ground floor, not the underground, not the first and second and third floor. Only we can do it in the ground floor, which we can, inshallah, we're going to be together. That's not a problem. Tawaf, sa'i, after sa'i, inshallah, we are going to start from Safa and we're going to end to Marwa. Why? Because from Safa to Marwa is 1, Marwa to Safa is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to start from Safa and we're going to end in Marwa. Once we end in Marwa, the last one is Taqsir. By the way, when you're doing Tawaf, the sa'i between Safa and Marwa, you don't need to be in the state of wudu. If your wudu is batil, that's not a problem, right? And then you do Taqsir. Taqsir is take trimming some of your hairs or your nails. It's good that you trim both. It's not a problem. That's up to you. But don't cut all of that. Don't bald yourself. Just few hairs. And before you cut yourself, trim your hair, don't trim others, right? Once you trim that, if those like Brother Farhad's, mashallah, he wants to be like celebrities, he wants to, in that case, you can trim your beard or your nails, or both, right? Once you do that, you are out of the ihram. Yet, 1 more or 2 more ahkam is remaining. After that, although you came out of the ihram, but you need to do what? Tawaf nisa and prayer of tawaf nisa. Right? Tawaf nisa and prayer of tawaf nisa. Prayer of tawaf nisa. Namaz tawaf nisa. You do same way tawaf nisa and prayer of tawaf nisa. Once you finish, I'm hoping that we're going to finish, inshallah, soon before Fajr prayer. And inshallah, we can ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala du'as. Once you finish that, you are Hajj, al-Mu'tamar. You completed your Umrah, right? Same night we can finish. And the night of Wiladat of Amir al-Mu'minin, all of that, we go to hotel and have some good sleep, breakfast, and whole day is going to be free day. We're going to find out if we can find a space there in Mecca to have a celebration of the Wiladat of Imam Ali in Mecca. Inside of that is good. Otherwise, we tried before. Sometimes sisters, they go, brothers go inside of the haram. It's possible, but it should not be big group, small group. But inside of the hotel, we can do it, inshallah. So then basically we're going to stay there, and then the next 4 more days we're going to stay there. One of the days what we do is we're going to take care of the ziyarat of the Mecca, which is Jannatul Mu'alla, where Hazrat Abu Talib and other family of Holy Prophet they buried, and also we're going to take a Masjid al-Jinn, and we go to, for example, the Mina, Mashar Arafat, just to see that. Jabal al-Nur. Yes, we go just not for Amal, just to see, yes, and we go there. One day we can take care of that, inshallah. And also there is one more thing like Jabal al-Nur and Jabal al-Thawr. Jabal al-Nur and Jabal al-Thawr, what we do is we go there from bottom, not to climb on top. Those who wants to go to Jabal Noor, on top of that, they have to go like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. Night time is better because daytime is very hot and difficult. That's for some brothers can do that. That's different thing. But as a group, only we go only in bottom of the mountain, both Jabal Nur and Jabal Thawr. The history of that, inshallah, we can talk and discuss there, inshallah. So these are the few things. What you can do after that, you're going to have like 4 days remaining. What you can do? There is no wajib thing. The best thing is Quran, the study of dua, and you want to do extra umrah for your beloved one, your parents, your others. You can go there. You don't need to go to Masjid al-Shajra. You don't need to go. Just from Mecca, you go to Masjid al-Umrah or Masjid al-Aisha. It's like 7-8 kilometers. It's one taxi. We go there. We wear the ihram. We come back. And we do the same ahkam, which is tawaf, after umrah, tawaf, prayer of tawaf, sa'i, taqsir, and also prayer of the tawaf nisa and prayer of the tawaf nisa. So all 7 amal, we have to do it. So people, they do. Sometimes, mashallah, when I was a teenager, right now I'm like 18, 19. So, so I used to do like each day 5-6 tawaf, the Umrah Mufrada. You can bring the Abe Zamzam also. So Abe Zamzam, once you finish all of that, you can carry some, but in the coming back from Jeddah, they give you each Haji 5 gallon of Abe Zamzam. You can buy there for 10 riyal or 5, I don't know, 10, 15 riyal. You can buy there. In containers. They give the containers and everything. Okay, so you can do the Umrah Mufrada for you, for others. Sometimes once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day. That's up to you. And if you don't want to do that, that's not a problem. The best thing is, if you cannot do Umrahs, just tawaf. Whenever you go there, do tawaf on behalf of your parents, your beloved ones, and so on and so forth. Hayyihim wa mayyatihim. Umrah Mufrada you cannot do for the live people. Don't do on behalf of Abedi. I'm still, I don't know if before that I die. Yes, you can do that, right? But tawaf you can do, sa'i you can do, and also the prayer. You want to recitation of Quran. It's good to recite Quran. Yes. MashaAllah. We do have a adhkar khas. It is a specific dhikr. You can recite that. And beside that, lots of people, they do ziyarat Jashan Kabira, the dua Jashan Kabir, and different du'as. That's not a problem. Sa'i, tawaf, all. We have, the specific du'as. For each tawaf, we're going to inshallah give that, and you can have that, and you can recite. And beside that, any other du'as also you can do. And after that, if you want to have any, for example, dhikr, you can recite du'as, dhikr, and also especially Quran recitation is highly recommended. In mountain of Safa or different places, we have specific surahs. For example, those who wants to go back to Hajj and Umrah, Surah Al-Baqarah, and so on and so forth. We have specific surahs for rizq, Surah Waqi'ah, and for marriage, not for Mustafa, for other people, for the children, right, sister? Surah Al-Rahman, and one of the brother, he was reciting Surah Al-Rahman, his wife, she's pulling the hair. Why are you? So, no, not for me, for someone else. So no, just I'm joking. You can do du'as and these Quran recitation is very good, and some of the surahs are specific surahs for specific purpose, inshallah. So inshallah, we're going to be there for 4 or 5 days, inshallah. And once we finish, on the 24th morning, we're going to go to Jeddah. And inshallah, from Jeddah to Istanbul. From Istanbul, inshallah, we're going to come back to San Francisco. And San Francisco, we're going to be here, inshallah, on the 24th, which is Sunday, inshallah. So we are going from here on Friday and coming back on Sunday. Some of the passports are ready. Some of the passports are not ready. The majority of you passports are ready. Some of you, those who have a mahram letter was reached there late, they will be ready inshallah a couple of days. Or some of the brothers, those who whose passport was expired, waiting for that. But for majority of you, passports are ready here inshallah. Yes, sister.
Some of the nights in which we're going from one place to another, you didn't mention dinner. I'm only concerned for my kids. They can do without dinner. But
So inshallah, we're going to have a breakfast, lunch, dinner, water, and air. Inshallah, that's going to be something. Inshallah, we're going to provide something. Yeah. So I don't know. It's going to be. I'm sure it's not three big buffet, but I'm sure that for one or two. But the Aliyah will going to provide food all three times, even when we are traveling. It's going to be. He's going to give us something, inshallah. When I say something, sizably is good because usually is there, inshallah. It's not going to be a problem.
How is weather in these days?
Very good. Weather is not too hot and it's not too cold. It's a good time. However, like sometimes nighttime, especially nighttime, is a little bit cold. Bring with you some of the cloth which is warm cloth is because especially nighttime, and daytime is not going to be that much of cold. Yes, sister.
I talked to someone who actually lives in Saudi, and they said that it gets more crowded on the weekends because the kids get out of school and they all go to Mecca and Medina. The second thing is that
Weekends, it means sisters. Weekends means Thursday night and Friday. That is the weekend nights. Not Sunday and Saturday. Thursday night, yes.
the other thing she advised not to eat out. She said you cannot trust it.
Thank you. Sisters, brothers, very good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Zakal.
Maulana, what about the wheelchair?
I will come to that point. Sister Mariam's point, please, 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 don't go and eat from outside. Although I don't think that in the hotel buffet, whatever there is going to be a nahari and a biryani and all of that. It's going to be an intercontinental system, right? But Faraz wants to go to, for example, I don't know, the Pakistani nahari restaurant. I don't advise you, brother, because it's going to be a big risk, right? It's a risk. And we are not, our stomach is not ready to have all those germs, right? So that's up to you guys, but that's the cautious. It's good to have the hotel's food. So wheelchairs, yes, we can, inshallah, if you have a wheelchairs, sisters, those who wants to have a wheelchair, if they bring wheelchairs with you, is better, right? Even, for example, from here, right? So it will help a lot. You can, for example, check in your wheelchair. We can take it out, and it's better because we don't have to worry in the Jeddah or Medina airport, right?
What about, because I'm traveling alone, what about the question?
We all of us were here. MashaAllah, is that a problem? Inshallah. No problem, sister, no problem. You're like our mothers. We have, MashaAllah, lots of people, inshallah. That's why I said that, inshallah, we have a good group and you don't have to worry about that at all. Have wheelchair with you is better. However, if someone doesn't want to bring the wheelchair, still there is a way. But to get the wheelchair is not that easy there. Again, you're going to end up buying there because it's not feasible or practical to borrow the wheelchair, to have the wheelchair all the time. So you're going to end up buying their wheelchair. It's good that if you can have a good wheelchair, not like
Supply, they have
Macla-
a good wheelchair.
Very
And
good.
You're pushing your own chair, and then when you're tired, you can just sit down on the chair.
I don't know. So find something good.
And it's
It's
long
good.
also. And then you can do namaz also, because it's like a chair, but then you can do namaz, and then you move around in your own wheelchair. It's not a problem.
You can buy or
You can rent it. There's a big supply, medical supply in Fremont. I don't know the name, but they have all kind of, it's on Peralta, called corner.
But if you rent it, for example, for 2 weeks, it's better to buy, right?
No, it's 1 week. We're going 1 week. If you
No,
buy
it's
on
like
Thursday and you can return on Monday, it's cheaper. Those are expensive. They're like $300 to $500.
okay. So if that is the case, if
rent is cheaper.
yeah,
If you want it to use for future, yes, you can buy.
good, good.
But yeah, you can buy on your actually insurance too. If you ask your doctor, they will prescribe you for traveling purpose, and it will be cheaper.
Okay,
You have to only pay copay.
okay.
And you can-
Inshallah.
Yes, ask your doctor. Call your doctor and tell them I'm going on traveling and I need a wheelchair. So they will prescribe you, and that they will take as a prescription, and they will give you better discount, or you just sometimes coverage is copay.
So anyone in our group, we have any physician or doctor?
Then he said it's very hard to get it.
Any nurse, doctor, physician? We don't have. Okay, so we have a nurse, huh? Okay, so alhamdulillah, it's good. So we can, inshallah, bother you, sister, right? If there is anything, inshallah. Good, alhamdulillah. So, okay, inshallah, with that, any other question? So, inshallah, please communicate with Brother Hassan Mirza for all the logistics, passport, I don't know, anything. Please, tickets, Hassan, he will going to provide you. You have the tickets yet? Through email.
So,
Okay, email.
are we allowed to do one Umrah in one trip, or we can do
For your own self, only one Umrah in one trip. If you want to do 10, 15 Umrahs, you are looking for marhumin, let me know. I can give you the list of the marhumin. From Hazrat Adam till today, we have millions of people. Yeah, inshallah. Yes. Only one person can do one in 3 months or 40 days, 45 days. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
3 months.
Yeah. 45 to
So
days.
the women, ladies have any restriction of
The sister.
Because like, it has to be like white because
Yeah, the ihram of the sisters is what you wear, the normal clothing, but it's mustahab to have a white and also the cotton one, right? White cotton one. That's mustahab. It's not wajib though. That's a mustahab. And also some of the details about the sisters ahkam, please refer to Sister Sabika.
the abayas are black. They are,
That's not a problem. That's not a problem. But you can wear on top of that like a white chador or something. It's good. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
So the first, when you're performing the Umrah, the first time when you're performing it, so the niyat in that, can we include marhumin in that?
No, no, no. First one is yours, right? And then second, third, fourth, inshallah, for the marhumin and others. Inshallah. Yes.
First, for example, if we have done Umrah before, but still visiting
After 45 days you're entering, then it's good. You need to do for you first. Okay. Any other things? Inshallah.
between those rituals, can we take a break?
Oh, yes. I mean, what we can do is after prayer and the tawaf, we're going to have like 10, 15 minutes of break. That's not a problem. And then the sa'i, and then for 10, 15 minutes of break, and then tawaf nisa, and prayer, and then finish. We go back to hotel.
and Masjid Nabawi, who will guide us because the ladies.
Sister Sabika, we have, mashallah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and also one of the brother, he sponsor a majlis in our home, 4:30 for the welcoming of the Zuwar. If please, if you can come, I'm going to be. It will be our honor. But the majlis was sponsored with one of the brother in our home for the all the Zawar of Umrah. They're going in my home, inshallah. So, Hassan, did you send the home address of my home? Okay. So, Hassan, he has the my home address, right? So, any other question, comments? If a passport will come like maybe Monday or Tuesday, you can pick up from Brother Hassan Mirza. For sure, before Thursday, he will come, inshallah, Thursday night. You can get from Brother Hassan Mirza. Even if not, inshallah, we're going to bring in the airport and we can give it to them, inshallah. And also, please, brothers and sisters, whatever you have in passport, like a vaccination card, don't rip that. Please keep that. Why? Because what happens is, once you go there, if they don't see that, they don't ask. MashaAllah, they are very smart people from other side, right? They take you in the room and get from you $100 and shot you something. I don't know what they do. That happens, right? So it's good that have that, right? And then otherwise just they give you some water, meningitic, I don't know, $100. Yes. Hajj book, we haven't prepared the Hajj book. You can download from Sabah because we are in the process of making a better, Hajj guide, inshallah. That will be ready in a couple of months. For now, just, you can download if you want. Yes, Hassan Mirza, inshallah. Okay. Okay. Inshallah. Bar Muhammad wali Muhammad salawat.